Welcome to Bandit's Keep Actual Play. I'm Daniel. We are joining the Rangers again in my solo OD&D campaign using Chainmail and Outdoor Survival, and they can't get out of this campsite. They were held up at this campsite once again and had to fight a 9-headed Hydra. Now, this again made them lose more of their henchmen, so we're not doing so good so far, but hopefully we're going to get home this time. Let's see what happens. So we only have 4 movement because we're in the wagon. I think it makes sense for us to go around this, to be honest, I might be better off going this way. I hate to go through the desert, but I think the desert eats up 2. Mountains and swamps cost 3. Crossing rivers, non-forests cost 3. Woods and desert cost 2. Okay, so desert costs 2. So I think we're going to actually go through the desert. I know that seems a little crazy, but I feel like it's a shorter path for us than going through those woods. So we're going to go, path's only gone 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end on food, which is good for us. We're going to roll to see if we have an encounter. We're in the clear, so there's an encounter only on a 6. We do not. Next day, we need to get to here. So, well, 1, 2, 3, and we stop. Do we have an encounter? Desert is, oh wow, I didn't realize that encounter is 5 or 6. No, I forgot to roll to see if we got lost, but we're going to worry about that now. So in the desert, we actually lost on a 1 through 3. I didn't look at that first. I should have. All right, are we lost? We are not, thankfully. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Do we have an encounter? We have an encounter on a 5 or a 6. We do not. Here's the big one. Are we lost? We just need to go down 1 hex to do this. We're not, because we're only lost on a 1 through 3. So paths only cost, well, it costs 2 through the mountains in OD&D, which is funny because in Outdoor Survival it only costs 1, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end on this water, but we are in the mountains. This is a tough one. Do we have an encounter? 2. An encounter in the mountains is on 4 through 6, so we do not. Okay, next day, we're lost in the mountains, though, on a roll. Oh, we're on a path, so we're only lost on a roll of a 1. We're not lost. So now we have our 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the clear. Do we have an encounter? We do not. Now let me just check something here. We had 3 weeks rations. We got food here. Let me just see how many days worth of rations we got, because we might actually be tight here. We passed through 2 food. Okay, we got 2 days and 5 days. So we got an extra 7 days rations. We've traveled for a total of, because remember we sat there. This is actually the 4th day of us traveling. I should have done this. Right, so we traveled 1. Then we went 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think we're on day 5. So we actually can travel 1 more day, then we have to stop, which is perfect because we can move 4, but I'm only going to move 2 and stop on that food. If we don't get lost. We're lost on a roll of a 1. Not lost. I'm going to go there. We're going to get food. 5 more days. Okay, so we basically got more fresh food than we needed. And we're going to rest on this day. So on a rest day, there's 2 chances of an encounter. No encounter, because we're in the clear. You only have an encounter on a 6. Okay. All right, here we go. Do we get lost in the clear? Only on the roll of a 1. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. We end in the woods. There's an encounter on a 5 or a 6. No encounter. Okay. Next day, we're in the woods. We get lost on a 1 or a 2. We're not lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the clear, there's only an encounter on a 6. Oh, we have an encounter. Ah! We were doing terrible for encounters. Then we were doing great for encounters. Now we got an encounter again. Okay, so we're in the clear, and we have an encounter. So let's roll for this. 5. 5 is animals. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. So basic animals. This is a roll of d12. 3. 1, 2, 3. Lizards. All right, well, I generally go with giant ones, you know, just because it's more fun. There's 2 to 16. 3. Okay, so we got 10 out of a possible 16. So that puts us, I think we're in the 60% range. I'm just going to do the math. So we have a 35% chance to avoid them, assuming nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised. Do we avoid them? No. All right, so do we want to fight these things? There's 10 giant lizards. I mean, they're not going to be that hard to defeat. We're so close to home. I think we're going to fight them. All right, here we go. Let me do some math here. So there's 10 giant lizards. The way I normally do giant animals is it kind of comes down to, you have to kind of think about what they would be. I feel like giant lizards are going to end up being anywhere from 2 to, no, sorry. I feel like giant lizards are going to, okay, let's do this. Let's ask the Oracle. Are these like big lizards like the size of a small dog, or are they the size of a horse? So let's say, are they the size of like a dog? No, that means they're the size of a horse. Okay, so they're going to be bigger. This might actually affect our decision here. So I'm going to say that they are going to be what's the best way to do this? We're going to go anywhere from 3 to 8 hit dice apiece. So do I want to run? There's 10 of them. And they're like heavy foot. Oof. This could be a good battle, actually. But I feel like maybe that's just a bad idea. I think when we see these huge things, we're going to run. All right, so we have to run 1 hex in a random direction. 3. Okay. We move here. They're not twice as fast, so they can't catch us, but we do need to try to avoid them again. Again, we are effectively in the clear. We're on a river, but we're basically in the clear. So we've got this is why we might have to just fight them. Wait, does that say? Yeah, 35% chance to avoid them. We did not avoid them. All right, we're just going to stop and fight. We're not going to run all around with these things. So here we go. 10 lizards. All right, let's hope that we get lucky here. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to roll. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, so these would be 9. And then we've got 5. Oh no, no, I said to 8. So there'll be 8. 4, 6, and 3. Okay. Two that are 4, 3, and 2 6s. All right. All right. We can't avoid these things. We're going to try to fight them. So I think what we're going to do, since they're chasing us and we decide to stop and fight them, and they didn't catch us per se, is I think we're going to actually barrage them with arrows first as they approach us. Because again, we have bowmen. So let's do that first. The cleric does not have a bow. If I only had the horseman, I could have just run, but I feel like we need to stay here. Okay, so again, let's get our bows out and let's see what we can pull off here. So a horse bow against heavy foot, because most monsters there is 1 die per figure, 6 hits. Okay, so it's just straight up. So this guy is 2 + 1. He's got a dex bonus. And of course, we'll confront them in short range. So 6s, but he gets a +1 to one of them. Okay, so he gets 1 hit. Against number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Somebody else is exactly the same. They are. Oh, there we go. 2 hits. Against number 9. Okay. Then we have our hero. The hero is actually going to use their special ability and target specifically the 2 smallest ones, because I'll do that in a second. Let's just do these guys first. So they're 2 and they don't get any bonus. They get 1 more against number 1. They have no bonuses either. Oh, they also got 1 against number 10. Okay, so just if you've not seen this before, when you are a hero, against things that are not heroic, so that means basically 3 hit dice or less, you get effectively special bonuses when attacking them. So you could theoretically do it with a bow, which is what they're going to do. So what we do is we take their amount that they would need, which is 4 dice, because we know it's 1 per figure, and we roll as normal. So we're going to roll 4 dice. Any 6s are hits. Or, yeah, okay, none. But then we take the total number of dice, and those all count as hits again. So against these 2 creatures, they just scored 4, which kills one of them and knocks another one down to only 1 hit die. Okay. Now, our 8 heavy horse, or light horse rather, are going to charge into these things. Because once we do this, we won't be able to do missile fire anymore, but we need to do it. So light horse versus heavy foot is 2 dice per figure, 6 hits. So I have 16 dice. So I'm just going to roll 8 twice. One. I'll roll against who they're against in a second. I was hoping to get more than that, but 1. Okay. So we only get 1 hit. It's against number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Those guys have been hit. All right. Now the lizards get to attack, and this is actually going to be pretty devastating. So they are heavy foot, and they are attacking light horse. So 1 die per 2 figures. So I'm just going to work my way down the lizards. So they still fight as the number they started at. So the first guy gets 4 dice. That's 1 hit. Second guy gets 4 dice. Nope. Third guy gets 2 dice. Fourth guy gets 3 dice. This guy died with a bow, so he doesn't get to go this time. 2 dice. Oops. 2 dice. 1 die. 3 dice. 3 dice. Okay, so they take out 2 of our light horse. Okay. Oh, and the cleric gets to attack as well. They are light horse. So, and they fight as 2 minutes, so they get 4 dice, the cleric does. And they don't get any hits. All right. So at this point, we're charging in. I'm just going to do the lizards first because I'm here. So again, first lizard is 8 hit dice, so it gets, if I can see that way. First lizard, 8 hit dice, so they get 4 dice. Any 6s are hits. No. Second lizard is also 8 hit dice. They get 1 hit. Then we have a 4-hit die lizard, a 6-hit die lizard, a dead lizard, a 2-hit die, a 4-hit die lizard. Oh wow, okay. A 4-hit die lizard, a 3-hit die lizard. If I get one more, that'll be the end of my these guys. 2-hit die, 3-hit die lizard. Okay, that's all of them dead. I have one more that can roll 3 dice. If they get all 3 of these hits, then they might take the cleric out because they're the one that's up there right now. Otherwise, they can't kill the cleric. No, they didn't get it. Okay, so all of these guys are wiped. Oh my god. Okay. Now, as it turns out, I do have the 6 heavy foot. They might be able to recover. I feel like with that many people dead, they're just going to run. I feel like these heavy foot are just bailing. This is a massive, crazy combat, and they're going to run. The player character is going to continue to fight this turn, and I think because everybody's going to scatter, we may end up just running with our horses and just, unfortunately, we're going to yell to them to get the horses. So the plan here is going to be, we're going to make, they would automatically fail their morale at this point because they've lost so many. But because, again, the player characters are running them, I'm going to give a chance that the player characters can kind of get them back, because the leader of a group in Chainmail, when they can join back up with the group and kind of bring their spirits back up. So we're going to say the heavy footmen are going to run, and one of my characters is going to bail to go recover them, and I think that needs to be the hero. So this turn, because we're still in that same turn, they're going to attack, but then next turn we're going to try to get the heavy foot back in line. So that's probably confusing. I'll talk about it when I get to it. I'm overthinking things, but they're not dead yet because, again, combat is simultaneous. So I have 5 light horse. So I think it's 2 die, right? So 2 dice per, so I get to roll this twice. 1, 2. So they got 2 hits, which would be against 1 and 5. Five's dead, so we'll do this one. Okay, but that's what happened before they died. Now let's just jump back to here. The cleric gets to, you get 4 dice. Oh, they got 2 hits against number 1. Okay, number 1 is hurting now. The hero won't do their special thing again because there's only 1 low enough hit die creature. They're just going to attack normally. Well, I guess they automatically get it. Yeah, they get 1 hit. We'll just say that they finish that creature with only 1 hit. That's fine. Oh, they get 1 more die because they're sword. I think I rolled that last time. 1. Oh, also, now they're in combat. They get twice the number of hits. Right, so hold on. Let's roll back here. The hero actually gets, I'll count that first. That was the first 5, but remember now they're light horse now because they charged forward. So they're actually going to get 2 dice per figure. So they get 2 more hits. 9 and 2. I think I'll do it against the first one. 9. That makes more sense. But they'd all to be together. All right, hopefully that wasn't confusing because I confused myself. So let me put this out. Let's do the now. I'm not going to go back. I'm just going to go through them one at a time. Because we now charge forward, we are now light horse. So they are basically 3 men, which means that you get 1 die or 2 dice per. So they're rolling 6 dice. This is this character. With 1 hit against number 5. 5's dead, so we're against them. Okay. At this point, I'm going to, because we're not using arrows and stuff and we're engaged, they're just going to attack the person they're in front of. If that makes sense. So they're 3 hit dice, they're 2. So they get 4 dice. But they have a sword plus 2, so they get 2 more dice. So, and they get that twice. So actually, let me just do this like this. Yeah, it's 2 dice per figure. So they get 4 plus 2. Yep, so they get 6 dice. And they get no hits. Okay. It's funny when you roll that many dice and you don't get anything. These guys are both the same. They get They're 2 figures, so they get 4 dice, and they can add +1. Actually, I don't know if they're the same, because that guy might have a magic sword. So that's 1 more hit against number 3. And this person gets... They have a magic shield. They don't have magic. Okay, so they get the same thing. 4 dice, and they can add 1. That's 1 more hit. Against number 10. Okay, 2. All right, so at this point, because now it's kind of a cluster, I'm just going to basically start at the top and just start subtracting hit dice off the monsters as opposed to rolling to see who hit who, just to make my life simpler. And we're going to kind of reset here because we've got a little bit of a mess. So what's going to happen narratively, what's happening now is that the heavy foot have started to run, but the horses from the light horse, there was 6 of them, right? Actually, there's 8 of them. On a roll of a 1, the horse went down. Yeah, so all those horses are still basically active and running around the field. The hero is going to break from combat, and they're going to try to get the heavy foot back in line. Because you can basically do that in Chainmail. If you join the group back up, you can get it organized, but it takes the whole turn or whatever. You'll be turning Chainmail, but like the round here. So they're going to ride off and get these guys organized to get them on these horses, and then we're just going to run. I think we're not going to have them come back and try to fight, because now we'll be twice as fast as them. So we'll get an additional bonus to our evasion, and hopefully we can actually get away from them. But there's still 1 more round of combat. So coming back into this, we still have all these guys up. So in their own, now they're attacking the player characters, which is, less than ideal. So let's hope for the best. So all the player characters are going to defend as light horse, and these guys are heavy foot. So I think I said that it was, 1 die per 2. So they're rolling 4 dice. 1 hit. Now, there only needs to be, let me see, 3 hit dice. Well, actually, I'll just do it this way. That's 1 hit. Same thing for the next person. 1 more hit. Then we've got 2. Then we've got 3. And then we've got 2. And then we've got 2. Then we've got 3. Oh boy, okay. And then we've got 4. No, 4. No, 3. Read my handwriting. Okay, so that's 7 hits against the player characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just re-roll any 6s. I'm going to roll 7d6 to see who they go against. Okay. I'm going to re-roll these 2 6s. Okay. That was a 4. Okay, so we got 2 hits against them. They are 2 + 1 hit dice. Okay, so they're actually down. They do have Chainmail, which makes the person attack as 1 less, which means that they would be attacking as Lightfoot. Lightfoot against Light Horse is actually the exact same thing. So they're actually down. Unless they roll a 6 on this d6, because they're 2 + 1 hit die. So if they roll a 6, they're fine. They're not. Okay, so they're actually currently down. They only have 1 hit against them, and they have 2 hit dice, so they're totally fine. 1 hit against them, and they're 2 hit dice, so they're totally fine. 1 hit against them, and they're 2 hit dice, so they're totally fine. 2 hits against them, they're 3 hit dice, they're also fine. So this next turn, this cleric needs to use their... Let me just make sure they have it. Yep, they have a Cure Wound spell. They can use the Cure Wound spell to bring them up this next turn, but that basically takes both of these 2 out this turn. Now it's the next turn. So I think, so two things. They're getting the other group prepared. These guys just have to hold the fort. That's basically all they can do. The cleric is going to boost them back up, which means, and spellcasting happens before melee. So basically the cleric is going to move up, cast Cure Wounds, which is, by the way, the only spell you can really cast in combat. They're going to pop back up because they took exactly 2 damage. And what Cure Wounds does is it reduces 1 hit. So they would have only taken 1 hit, so they're totally fine. The cleric now, though, has already done something this turn, so they can't act. And we're back to the characters attacking. You know, they're going to try to fight. So they want revenge. So they're rolling 4 dice, plus 1 to one of them. They get 1 hit. They're rolling 4 dice, plus 1 to one of them. 1 hit. They're rolling 6 dice, but no bonuses. 3 hits. That kills that one and reduces the other big one down. And they're rolling 4 dice. Oh, 6 dice, because they have the sword. With no bonuses, so nothing hits there. Okay, back to the lizards. Whoosh. Okay, one of the big lizards went down, which is nice. So the remaining big lizard rolls 4 dice. Nothing. Then 2 dice. Nothing. Then 3 dice. 2 hits. Then 2 dice. Oh, man. I feel like that same one got 2 hits last time. Then 2 dice. Then 3 dice. Then 3 dice. 1 more hit. So 5 hits. I don't have enough d4, so I'm still going to roll d6s, and I'm just going to re-roll 5s and 6s. Re-roll 5s and 6s. That's not great. Oh no. Okay, this is very bad. Okay, so they go down again unless they roll a 6 here, which they don't. How about number 2? They're 2 hit dice as well, but they have a shield plus 2. So a shield plus 2 removes 2 hits, which means they get hit once, which means they're totally fine. And I have 1 more Cure Wounds spell, so we're actually going to be good. They're just going to do the same thing next turn as we retreat. Because now these guys are organized. Let's see. Will they? There's only 6 of them. I'm going to roll the dice. Will they? Because the Hobbit basically ran over there saying, hey, we're going to try to retreat. But, you know, can they get them to attack? I think this might be a lost cause, but I am a little bit mad. Oh, yes, they can, but a bad thing. Oh, maybe they're in battle rage and they're just going to charge in without the hobbits. Okay, so we're just going to do that. These guys get on the horses, but the hobbits command and they charge in. So there's 6 of them, and now so again, I'm 6 times 2, so we're going to roll 12 dice as they charge in. Oh, 2 hits. Oh, wow, they were mad. 5 hits. Okay. That nearly takes out the biggest of the lizards. Okay, well, at seeing that, I don't think the party's going to retreat this turn because they don't want to leave their people. I guess technically the spell would have been cast first. They're really feeling like they should leave, but they're not going to. All right, so they can attack. They get 4 dice plus 1. There we go. Kills that one. Knocks that down. They also get 4 dice plus 1. That was one hit. Oh, hold on. I took off the wrong one. Okay. They get 6 dice with no bonus. One hit. They get also 6 dice because of the magic sword. 2. Okay, so they kill that one. I guess technically they kill this one and injure that one. And finally, the hero comes charging up, and they get 8 dice. Oh, and they get a +1 for the sword. Finally, they got 1 hit. Okay, so they hurt that one. Okay. All right, well, at the end of this turn, we will definitely have taken out a decent amount of these guys, including their leaders. So let's have them attack back, and we'll see where we're at. So they're gone. They're died this turn. They did not die till after this turn. So we get 4 dice, 2 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice, 3 dice, and 3 dice. Okay, so 2 of these newly appointed guys go down, leaving only 4. And 3 of the giant lizards are down out of the 10. So that's only 30%. Well, hold on. Yeah, it's exactly 30. I think we got to do 33% before they check morale. So if we can take out one, oh, hold on, no, that one's also down. 4 of them are down. So they need to roll in 7 or better on 2d6 to stay in combat. Otherwise, the giant lizards are going to break. Okay, they're staying. So now the question is, should the party retreat? I mean, the 2 biggest ones are dead, and most of them are super injured. You know what? I think we're going to stay and fight. At this point, we're mad. So here we go. I'm going to let them go first, though, the bad guys. We'll see if this was a bad idea. All right, so 3 dice. 2 dice. 2 dice. 3 dice. And 3 dice. Oh, okay, they take out 1 more of my guys, but they're going to fight back with 6 dice. Actually, it's a simultaneous, so they'll fight back with 8 dice. Nothing. All right. Hero is going to also has 8 dice. Oh, +1 for the sword. So 1 more hit. That takes out 1 more. Okay. Then we're back up. They get to go. Oh, they didn't die this time, so the cleric gets to go too. The cleric gets 4 dice. They get 1 hit. They get 4 dice +1. Our elf there, it's gone down a couple times. Okay, they get a hit. That takes out 1 more. They get 4 dice +1. That's 1 hit. Then we've got 6 dice. It's 1 hit. And 6 dice. Come on, man. If you can get 2 hits, it will take out 1 more of these guys before then. Then we'll deal with. I think they're going to break morale no matter what, because they're more than halfway gone. No, he doesn't kill this one, but there's only 1, 2, 3 left at the end of this turn, so the lizards now retreat. So the way I usually do this is I I do a morale check. They got to get 7 or better. If they beat the morale, which means they would stay, basically they stay and we just slaughter them. We just end it with the narrative. If they fail the morale check, they run. They stay. Okay, so the party takes out the rest of the giant lizards. Holy guacamole. That was pretty intense. So intense, in fact, that I think I moved my guy. Is that where I was? Oh, yeah, I think I was there, actually, because I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm here. Was here. Okay. All right. We're almost home. Let's see if I can get us home without another massive combat. Unfortunately, we only have 3 of our remaining troops left. We're on horseback now, though, so we're moving way... Well, we still have the wagons, so we're still moving at wagon speed, but... yeah. Okay. Do we get lost? We do not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there an encounter? There's not. Do we get lost? We do not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there an encounter? Nope. Do we get lost? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, we're home. If you've been enjoying these videos, and I hope you have, please do take a second to like the video if you haven't already. You could subscribe to the channel to get more content like this. You could also ring the bell. That way you get notifications when new videos are made. If you check the description below, you're going to find links to most of the stuff I use here. If I'm using something in the game and you have no idea what it is or I didn't put a link, please do ask. I will do my best to find you a link. Also down there, you'll find a link to my Discord server if you want to join the community and my Patreon if you want to support the channel. I'll talk to you soon.